Hello and welcome back to AW Toolbox. In this post, what we are talking about is a very common use case when managing server installations for Active Workspace and Teamcenter. The issue in this video is essentially that when I come to the Active Workspace environment and I hit refresh, my users or I are getting this error message. It says communicate with the server failed, which could be due to a temporary network or server issue. Pretty general information here about this error. Now, what we're going to do in this video is walk you through the steps that I would take to easily discern where this error is coming from, and then also take the steps to correct the error. Now, in this case, we have sabotaged the environment just a hair to make this error occur. So we do know the reason why this happened. But the learning process of what you need to troubleshoot to get to that fundamental issue is part of the solution here. So to begin with, whenever we see an issue with the Active Workspace environment, just note that Active Workspace stands on top of Teamcenter. So you could still test Teamcenter to see what you would want to apply or not apply in this situation. So for instance, what I can do is I have a rich client sitting over here, and this rich client sitting over on the left hand side is going to allow me to test and see if I can connect via a different client. What that would let me do is basically see whether or not I can connect, which proves out the database. It proves out other components as well. But it also kind of isolates the problem over to the Active Workspace side. When we look at the architecture as a whole, remember it's made up of just a couple of things. So there's 4 tiers in total. And what we're trying to do is isolate the place that the error is coming from. So there's pool servers, there's database servers, etc. So we're essentially just going to come across here and make our way from the foundation of Teamcenter all the way up. So the first thing that I do is I could run the client or I could run the command shell. In this case, if I log into the client, let's start there. I'm just going to come into the rich client and see if something is right with the rich client and wrong with Active Workspace. It could be something related to the gateway. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to say info DBA for my login, and I'm going to hit login. Now, if this gets a failure as well, then I know that my 4-tier rich client, which you can see here, is going to throw me an error message. So notice the URL in this error message up here. So you can see it kind of right there. It's pointing to this server, it's pointing to a port, and it's pointing to an application that is being served up on an application server. So this error message essentially tells me that where my TC WAR file is deployed is essentially what it cannot connect to. Now, that doesn't mean that my web application server, Tomcat, WebLogic, Wildfly, JBoss, whatever that is not running. It could mean that a port is blocked. It could mean a firewall is up. It could mean a lot of different things trying to get to this location. Now, what I'm also going to do is I'll just go ahead and leave that up, and I'm going to launch my command prompt. So this is my Teamcenter command prompt, and I want to check just a couple of different things. So I know that my 4-tier rich client fails, and I know that my Active Workspace client fails. I know that my 4-tier rich client fails in trying to communicate with something hosted in my web app server. So let's just go ahead and knock off whether or not the database is any form or faction a problem here. You can run a Teamcenter utility called install and with an argument called -AYT or are you there? And what this is going to do is this is going to run a check against the database with Teamcenter to see if Teamcenter can talk to the database. If I run this and I get a value of site is already installed, basically what this tells me definitively is that Teamcenter's database is up and running and connected correctly, and it tells me that Teamcenter can reach to that database and run. Now, this uses a file setting inside of the TC data location. So if I come into my installation to TC data and I jump into the TC profile vars, which is a file in the configuration that sets the environment variables, and I edit this, I'm going to open it with my Visual Studio Code editor. Then once this opens, I will be able to scroll down and there will be a value here called TCDB Connect. So it's basically got the username of the database user and then the username of the database user password, or the password of it, encrypted here. And then it points to the SID of the database at the end. So this value is the encrypted password string that Teamcenter uses in order to talk to the database. And if this install AYT succeeds successfully, then you know there's no database issues, and you know the TC profile bars and server is connecting. You don't know if you can establish a connection to Teamcenter though. So right after you run install AYT, make sure to run list_users, and then you can provide your credentials. So I'm just going to put those in there. That's username, password, and group, and that's my InfoDBA DBA user. When I run this, it should return a list of users in the database. So in order to do that though, it would have logged into the database. So you'll always see at least you in this list. So this proves that I can create a session in the database, and it also proves that a two-tier connection to the database would probably work. So what that does is that limits me down to understanding that the error message is probably due to my 4-tier architecture. And if I close some of these files now, and I look at this error message, it's related to my 8080 port, which is my JBoss or Wildfly installation. So if I go in, the first thing I would check for my JBoss or Wildfly or Tomcat or WebLogic is it running? And if I come in here, I'm running Wildfly, and you'll notice that the service is actually off. So if I start this up, then I can close this, and now if I try and log in again with that active, I should be able to log into the system. I'll go ahead and give this a go in the Active Workspace window as well. And I should be able to establish connections to both of those. So you see Active Workspace logs in much, much quicker. And you can see that Active Workspace is here and I can interact with it. The rich client is now establishing the connection and about to open up. So the lessons learned from this little video is A, Active Workspace provides very vague error messages in the display, and that is so that there's no confusion. There is an error message. It is going to cause an issue, but we need to understand how to resolve that error. Now, we had emphasized on how to isolate whether it was a database issue or maybe a WebLogic issue or something along those lines. Other things that you can do is you can always take a look at the log files. And so I always recommend this. A lot of people skip over the process, but it does allude to bigger issues. If you're stuck on something, it could be something completely off the left field. So I highly recommend coming into the install for Teamcenter. And in the TC root location, there's this logs directory here. And this log will have your syslogs. Anything that ends in a .syslog is essentially a syslog for your connection to the server. So any of these that have executed are those. And if I look at them, and let's do date modified, you can see these were essentially during the installation of the software. If I come into %temp% on the machine, you'll notice that I have a cache here. This will sometimes need to be deleted if you change server settings or you get some new schema data that has been deployed and you still have an older version of this file. This file may be needed to be deleted from the local profile as well as from the temp directory, as you can see it here as well. These, in addition to the Siemens one in the users directory, are common things that you may need to purge before you restart the services. If you log into the rich client and you do help, about, this is going to tell you where the log is. So it's users, Teamcenter, rack. And this is no different than the log location that we are used to seeing in the past. So if I come into users, info DBA, Teamcenter, and then I go into the rack log, you can see that depending on when you logged in, you get the different log files for this. So this is one place you could have looked if you had an error in the rack. In addition to that, if I come in here, the SOA logs are in here. So if I go into users, info DBA again, and I scroll down, there's the Siemens folder, and the Siemens folder has a set of logs in it as well. Your SOAs, your calls to the server, your FSC logs, TCCS, Teamcenter Client Communication System, security services, your application. All of these are broken down now fairly nicely. You've got your process manager versus server managers versus web tiers. And if you dive into each one of these, you can get an idea by going into the very bottom of the folder path. I've got my web tier log here. And then if I open this up, full screen it, and let's make this just a little bit smaller for us. So I'm going to scroll down, and you'll notice that I've got a lot of warnings here. No warm business servers available. You'll notice here, server manager's not up. So it's actually doing some detection work in the log file to let you know the state of different elements inside of it. And if I come over to the right hand side and log all the way down, you'll notice that the monitoring system was disabled. So there's some information here, but they're all infos, not warnings or anything. And then you'll notice that it connected to the server pool, which is where we get our TC server assignments. So this is kind of what I was looking for, is the registration event where it's connected to the server pool. And this would have happened just really, really recently within the last couple of minutes. So just trace the logs, make sure you check the folders. The user directory has the Siemens folder, and then the Teamcenter folder is there for the rich client. And hopefully this little video has given you some information on troubleshooting errors inside of Teamcenter and Active Workspace to help get you going.